we wanted to touch on the other subject matter, which is, look, what is now being referred to as the cocaine scandal in Nigeria police, NDLEA / Nigeria police argument among them. All sorts of articles are out there online. Police commission suspends 2 indicted officers. Look, Peter, let me bring this across to you as you're a labor you're a labor leader, you're a labor chieftain. You know, it's not exactly fuel, but hey, you're Nigerian, and all these things are interconnected. I was making the point earlier that a lot of the things you are saying also apply in the case of you know, this one.
Now, I was scribbling something on this issue of I wanted to do an article on it.
Okay.
On this issue of Nigerian police and NDLEA. First of all, it's an embarrassment, and the Nigerian police is coming out of this even messier. Why? When I read, first of all, I watched one of the television stations, network, on one of the network news at night, and I watched the media officer for the Nigerian police try to distance themselves from what Abba Kyari had done.
Mm-hmm.
First, he said Abba Kyari is on suspension, so he's no longer part of the police and what have you. But he's on suspension with pay, which means he's still part of the police.
Yeah.
So police cannot, and again, he's a deputy commissioner of police. Now, the police issued a statement. Their statement was, you see, is not our making, but you guys also have your criminal element. So you guys also have to bring out your criminal element. That, of course, is arrogance. It's arrogance of the highest order to tell you how the decay in the Nigerian police. What the police statement referred, my own understanding of that police statement, is to tell you that they are indirectly condoning all of these activities that has been happening. Because for you to also have a deputy commissioner of police who is on suspension and also involved in carrying out a deal, cocaine deal, also tells you that he just knows that he's untouchable. And that's what we're talking about, the area of impunity. Of nobody cares. And then nothing, let me use this pidgin English slang, nothing will happen. That is also what you see playing out.
You know, that's a scary sentence you made just there. That nothing.
It is, but that is what we are getting.
Because
that is what we are getting.
People are saying it already. People are saying nothing will happen. Just wait to look at this whole thing. It will blow over and it will go away. Well, we hope the noise has been enough for it not to be the case, Sesan, for this, because right now, as Peter was saying, there are very, very embarrassing angles coming out of this between the police and NDLEA. And unfortunately, it's also a typical, let me limit myself to where I hear the most, you know, I hear the argument in Yoruba land where, but I'm not the only one.
Yes.
It's all right, but I'm not the only one. No, but nobody is telling us that you are the only one. But you, can you just, let's address this case that we have seen, that we have here. But then you will hear, but I'm not the only one. Bring out your own thieves too. You can't just try to be looking at me.
Kyari, like Peter said, it's quite disheartening that this is happening. If you remember the way Abba was celebrated at the National House of Assembly, it's demoralizing to know that this is the same man that will be discussing his issue like this. But I said this somewhere this morning, and I said, for me, because of the process we undergo in this country, it takes longer time, because most of the time, we might see in a very short while that will come out and say this thing that has happened with all the evidences are just like scam, nothing happened. And that's why I have said that for us, this issue of cocaine and all this scandal that has happened, can we please put it aside and pick up with the AGF to please process the extradition of Abba to US. Let's hear, because you know their own process. They already have the evidence on ground. It would take long. Look at when Hush Puppy was being investigated here. It was taking forever. When they swing into action, so that we first take care of that, because there are a lot of cases that we are talking of now. Let's have it from the outside. Although somebody was telling me that we start from the in-house, then we go outside. No,
yes.
So in this kind of a thing, let's start from outside. Because this case,
somebody,
as we are starting,
somebody had the opinion that on this program, I think it was a day or two ago, that the Nigerian situation, the Nigeria Abba Kyari aspect of Abba Kyari, is a bigger issue than the one they are wanting him for in the U.S.
To me,
okay,
even that smaller one, I will now use the Yoruba proverb. Let's start from the smaller part. If we believe that the one they are actually picking him for is bigger, let's go out there, do what they need to do. When we have the result there, I think that might even give us a guide on some of the things that we need to do internally.
You know, yeah, because the police service
because it's a trade game, everybody is blaming one another. NDLEA.
I think I was reading a statement from the Police Service Commission that they should be advised on progress in this whole case. You know, the details of it escape me right now. They said Abba Kyari, you know, who is on suspension, remains so. I said, what are we talking about?
But you remember that the first set of people that was to carry out investigation, the report was turned down by the Police Service Commission.
Well,
and we set up another one. How much of such are we going to do before we get to the end of this matter?
Well,
but again, Yori,
yes,
Yori, the Police Service Commission is not fit for purpose. Now,
not fit for purpose.
Not fit for purpose. Now, why am I saying that? In other crime, you will have every department has what you call Inspector General. And that Inspector General's position is that he's independent and he can investigate whatever is going on, and his finding is not questionable, and you cannot sack the person either. So now, Police Service Commission, who is the chairman of the Police Service Commission? A former IG. And you are now asking a former IG who is part of the rot, or who was part of the rot, to not be the one to correct the rot in the system. That's why I told you he's not fit.
But some of those former IGs, Peter, that have been speaking have said they've voiced their own anger and have insisted that we must get to the bottom of this.
Now, somebody can voice anger and say, let's get to the bottom. It's different from somebody can come to the press and say, we are going to deal with it to the best of our ability. It will not happen again. That is just grammar. What you now need to look at is what are the systems to ensure that it will not happen again.
Right. That's right.
Now, you may not take this. Yes, it's the system, the process that you must not making noise. That's why I said the Police Service Commission is not fit for purpose. If it is fit for purpose, the first thing they would have done, with all those reports, evidence they have from FBI, in a week they'll get to the bottom of that, and this guy would have been dismissed. Indeed. First, you dismiss him. That's what they do all over. Once you have enough evidence, this guy would have been dismissed. To protect the institution, the first thing you protect is not the individual. In the union, we are told that if your interest and that of the union collides, you must go. So the first thing you defend is institution. When I listened to the guest in the studio, he said something that they should extradite him to America first before we now. The reason why he's saying that is because he has trust deficit.
Yes.
If he actually believes, yes, it is the foundation of that statement, from our understanding, is trust deficit, because he believes that if Abba Kyari is here, no justice will be done, and everything will be swept under the carpet.
Yeah.
That is the trust deficit.
Let me, talking about the UK, I beg your pardon, Mr. Ade in the UK has been waiting for a while, so apologies to you, sir. Mr. Ade in the UK, go ahead now.
Good morning, Dr. Yori. I won't take apology. You have to compensate me.
Okay, sir.
With pound sterling.
All right, sir.
Now, on a serious note, you see, this issue of corruption that is disturbing Nigeria is a serious issue. Mr. Sesan was making a point, but it seems he didn't get it. Who is the disciplinarian? Who will discipline these people? Who is going to checkmate them? That is the most important thing. Because when somebody, before Abba Kyari can go out and do what he's doing, he's reporting to some people. He's settling some people. That is exactly what is happening.
That is what people think.
No courage.
People think that.
That is
people think he must be.
That's what. Yeah, of course. Mr. Yori, look, 2 weeks ago, a footballer here in his own house slapped his own cat in his kitchen. His brother filmed it and posted it. You know, he paid for he paid 2 weeks' wages, £250,000. They fined him for beating his own cat. and they didn't allow him to play the last match. A footballer in his own kitchen, a cat.
Yes. So that's accountable.
You can imagine.
And that wasn't government. I think that was just the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals or something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
No, it's the cry of the people.
Yeah.
They listen to the cry of the people. That's what I'm saying. People, Nigeria are crying now. People are damning. Their vehicle are damning for wrong petrol. Abba Kyari is doing this. There are some people behind him. Let me round up with this. In a church, I won't mention the company. A guy was transferred from the American company to Nigeria, to Abuja. When he got to Abuja, he was happy that he's in his cousin just to work. And one of his cousins came to him and said, if you have 2 accounts, can you let us use one? In the ministry, that every month you get something, and they will put in 600 million, whatever million there. And the guy said no. He came here to London for one holiday, and he was telling us, he said corruption is too much in Nigeria. If he agreed, you can imagine. This is how they siphon money, but nobody could discipline them.
Okay.
You see, the president says it's overwhelmed.
But
overwhelmed.
But Mr. Ade in the UK, there's corruption everywhere, including that very UK we are staying from. Remember, even Prime Minister Boris Johnson. You know, there's a scandal going on about you know, he was breaking COVID regulations, but people at least
not corruption. He did party.
What?
Our prime minister did party in his house. Party. It's not corruption. He did party.
It's not corruption.
He confessed that he did.
It's not corruption.
What is it?
Your own.
It's not corruption. That everybody was on lockdown, but at number 10, they were breaking the rule at number 10, Downing Street. You are defending that system, Mr. Ade. I haven't gone from Nigeria here to the UK. You are defending that system. It's all right. Just remember, Mr. Ade, there is God, though. There is God, though. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Ade, for calling in. You know, yeah, we know what the problems are, but you know, I said, and Peter had said that the reason he was surmising that it's because of a trust deficit that people are saying that take Mr. Kyari over to the UK, because we have examples. We don't need to go into them here. We have examples of things being undoable here. You get out of this legal jurisdiction. After all, it's not as if we have judiciary here, we have judges, we have police, all of those people. They couldn't convict, for instance, I remember now, I think former Governor Ibori, 170 something point accusation.
Yeah.
They couldn't confirm one, not even one. But Peter, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know what to do. You've given the formula that interrogate this, but we hear that at every point, and this trust deficit, it still is with us. People are thinking that. Do you think we can actually go ahead and make an example? They couldn't make an example of anybody in the police force. Do you think we can make an example of anybody? Is it in our character? Is it in our national character to make an example of big men?
I think they can. I think if they want to make an example, they can. It's whether they have the commitment to that institution. You see, first thing is, no matter what you do, I'm able to talk to you now because that institution has to survive.
Yeah.
If we go ahead and say, let's do everything for this institution, it is not in the best interest of the police as an institution to be saying what they are saying. Even the press release from the Nigerian Police Force, I was so disappointed. It shows that they've not learned anything over the years.
Yeah.
What I expect the police to do, if Abba Kyari was a law officer, there would have been an in-room trial immediately. Now, your in-room trial, what came out of it? And this whole thing, you have enough evidence from America. That's enough for you to quickly say, based on this that we have, after 1 week, you are dismissed from the police force. And what you have done is that you've shielded the Nigerian police force from the FBI, thinking that they are both co-conspirators, that we are supporting what Abba Kyari is doing. And now Abba Kyari is involved in another cocaine deal, and you are coming out with a press statement accusing NDLEA that they also have guys who are also corrupt.
They also have their own bad
deal
guys.
with yours first. Yes, you also have your own bad eggs. And what I told you earlier, I said it's a value thing. Because the Nigerian police or those officers in Nigerian police at the top hierarchy don't think that they owe us.
Okay.
They believe it is their right. They believe that they are doing us a favor to be IG DIG. You are not doing us a favor. It's an honor out of 200 million people that you are IG.
Thank you very much, Peter. We're going to have to leave it here. Indeed, you know, our appreciation, Peter, that we finally could, you know, sort of get you to sit down. We've been on this for about a week, as you were saying. Former President TUC, former President of Pengasin, Peter Esele, thank you very much for your time. And also, and also I got to thank you as well. You know, well, I was going to say comrade because you've been speaking like a comrade today. Lucius, thank you very much.